Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Syberia. The world before.
Game consists of two parts. In the first one you will play as a girl who is beginning a brilliant career as a pianist. However, shadows begin to appear over her future at the dawn of the Second World War, and the next part of the story will take action to a year of 2004, where you will play as the girl imprisoned in the salt mine. A tragic event propels her into a new adventure in search of her identity. So here you'll play in both timelines and explore a fantastic and poetic world with its amazing sceneries. One thing I can say for sure, this game is beautiful. Of course, not as beautiful as you, my friend, but still looking very good. The art direction is at the top level, and it alone should spike your interest in this adventure game with a great story, especially if you like to solve some complicated puzzles and not crack hardest riddles. Oh yeah, sadly the game is not for the weak, it will squeeze your brain power quite well, and all that is accompanied with a symphonic soundtrack composed by Aynon Zur. You probably know his tracks from Syberia 3, Fallout, Dragon Age and Prince of Persia. Also on Steam you can try the free demo version. Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition. This is the first one of the Arkham games. You may think that it is quite an old game, and you are right, around 15 years is not a joke. But surprisingly, the graphics are still great. I can't even imagine how this game felt back then, because when I look at it, it's like it never aged at all. Some Elijah Wood of games. Anyway, it still has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and is one of the best rated games on the store overall. Here you'll use the free flow combat system to chain together unlimited combos seamlessly, and battle with huge groups of the Joker's henchmen in brutal melee brawls. You will have to solve interesting puzzles with the help of a cutting-edge forensic tools, including X-ray scanning, fingerprint scan, spray and pheromone tracker, and sooner or later you will meet famous villains, such as the Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy and Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, maybe not the latter, but anyway, this game is a masterpiece even if you don't like Batman. Blacksad. This is a gloomy game set in a New York City of the 1950s in a world of anthropomorphic animals. You will play as Blacksad, a private detective, and will have to untangle the secrets of a mysterious disappearance. This sinister case will take you to the darkest, most dismal depths of New York, where you will immerse yourself in a eerily dark adventure. Game is based on comic books, but if you don't know them, it's not a problem. It's probably even better to not have any untimely bias. People on Steam are saying that this is a very interesting game with a satisfying deduction mechanic, probably one of the best among other detective games, although keep in mind that the game is short, it will take you about 9 hours to finish it. Tenderfoot Tactics. You either love this art style or you hate it. I don't think there is something in between. It's not legs, you know. So here you will explore the land in real time by just running around, and you will be fighting your enemies in traditional turn-based combat. As a powerful wizard, you will manipulate the elements to turn the battlefield to your advantage, but beware the consequences, as nature is complex and unforgiving. Open chasms, raise mountains, boil lakes, drain rivers, and start fires you later regret. The world here is open and vast. You will unearth ancient ruins, discover strange artifacts and meet new friends, imaginary, like in real life. Also explore the reaches of the archipelago by boat, or take to the skies as a bird to survey the landscape and plan the best route forward. The game has amazing vibes, awesome soundtrack, and each class is so unique that not one other is too similar in any way. This is a true work of art and maybe the game you were looking for. Riddles and Sieges. This is a medieval puzzle game where you use all siege weapons to solve puzzles. So let's be fair, when some castle was under siege in the medieval times, a warlord had to solve the puzzle. How to crack walls, how to tactically lay out ballistas and trebuchets, how to enter the enemy's stronghold, milk all the citizens and rape all the goats. Well, I might have confused a thing or two, but the fact is, every medieval siege was an actual puzzle. So here each building works and attacks differently. For example, a catapult shoots over a tile, trebuchet does the same but has a delay before attacking, and ballista only attacks when being destroyed.
Wait, what?
I know, whatever man. So here you'll encounter 55 handcrafted levels, with each one being harder than the previous one. Also you can make your own levels and test your friends. In Sound Mind. This is a survival horror where you will experience a series of haunting memories. You will take on a journey through a progression of unsettling stories, each with unique puzzles, mechanics, weapons, and boss fights. Basically, here you play as a town therapist and dive into the strange worlds of your patients. The game is a bit scary and plays as a psychological thriller. All the levels are unique and all of them hold a certain ominous atmosphere, so it will definitely grow some hair on your mental balls. People on Steam are saying that almost nobody expected the game to be this good for this price, and I totally recommend it for you as well. Figment. This is a really weird game, some hybrid between Diablo and Samorost. Developers call it a musical action adventure which is set in the recesses of the human mind. They describe it as a strange and surreal world, a place filled with our deepest thoughts, urges and memories, populated by many voices we hear in our heads. Yeah, except I don't hear any voices in my head, and I think it's good. If you do, please visit a doctor, just in case. Well, of course, it depends on what those voices are telling you. For example,
you must make potato salad.
Well, that is okay, let them be. Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. This is the definitive version of the game, the third and newest standalone game in Shadowrun CRPG series. Here the members of your team are designed to play contrasting roles during missions, and each of them has a distinct set of skills, abilities, strengths and weaknesses. And the city itself is a stable and prosperous port in a sea of chaos, warfare and political turmoil. This extended edition adds a new more than 6-hour-long Shadows of Hong Kong campaign to the game as a free upgrade, delivering on a funding goal achieved by fans in a successful Kickstarter campaign. So basically someone else paid real money so you could play additional content for free. Let the beer gods be merciful upon those great people. Observation. This is a sci-fi thriller where you will have to uncover what happened to the crew of the space station through the lens of artificial intelligence. You will assume the role of AI by operating the station's control systems, cameras and tools. The game is blending narrative adventure, puzzles, exploration and cosmic existential horror. You will uncover the true nature of yourself, your crew and the mysterious, always present hexagon on Saturn. The story, horror atmosphere and music is great, but the game can be a buggy mess if your gaming setup is slightly out of the ordinary. Also, people on Steam are recommending playing it with a gamepad. But in general, it seems that Observation is a great deal for the fans of 2001: A Space Odyssey and Solaris movies. I will say probably blasphemy that I liked Solaris with George Clooney way more than that Soviet film with Donatas Banionis as the main protagonist. Way more. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Here you as a young Sherlock Holmes will struggle to prove yourself as you navigate an exotic, dangerous island. Deep within the Mediterranean, you will investigate the mystery of your mother's death. Your legacy is written by the decisions you make. Deception, violence and deduction are just a few resources in your arsenal. Whether you choose brute force to solve your problems or stay one step ahead of your enemies by using your wits to spot vulnerabilities, you decide what each situation demands as you hone your investigative skills. It's time to confront your past so you can become the legend you are destined to be. People on Steam are saying that this is a great game, although many are complaining that the open world part is an overkill. You know, running vast distances from one object to another feels a bit like a fetch quest. Quern, Undying Thoughts. This is a first-person puzzle-adventure game inviting you on a journey to explore the beautiful land and solve many challenges. You'll put your IQ to the test with the increasingly complex puzzles and unravel the mysteries of the island. Remember Myst? So it's quite the same. It is original and solving one or another puzzle is really rewarding, you know, for your ego. People on Steam are saying that Quern is one of the best puzzle games they ever played. It also has more than 90% of positive reviews, and the bad ones are mostly about technical issues. People don't realize that you should check your graphic card drivers all the time. For example, I couldn't even run Elden Ring without updating them. Anyway, this is a great game, really worth your money even when not on a sale. Owlboy. I don't know who had an affair with the owl from Winnie the Pooh, but the Owlboy is obviously the result of this forbidden love. Well, they have covered this story with some other one in the game, but we all know the truth. So if you were ever thinking, what if classic pixel art platformer games were made today, Owlboy is probably one of the best examples of that. Gameplay is really fun and it has a heart-touching story and characters. And to be honest, it's probably an amazing game to play on your Steam Deck. Be sure that you have at least a gamepad to play Owlboy. I can assure you it is a pain in the assicles to play it with a keyboard. The game has close to 90% of positive reviews, so it's fair to say that this is a good game and this price is kinda nice as well. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. Initially the game was released in 2006, so it would be outdated by now, but thanks to this major overhaul, it is not. And it has more than 90% of positive reviews, so please, nail down your attention if you like games like Diablo. So if you ever played the old version, keep in mind that here you will get better resolutions, larger camera distance, multiplayer, mod support, Steam achievements, improved enemy and pet AI, countless bug fixes, dozens of new heroes, and so on. Titan Quest is a great game, one of the most beloved by the action RPG community, and I couldn't recommend it to you enough. It's literally like a potato itself in a potato salad, and people on Steam are saying that this is a masterful variation of Diablo formula and an absolute must-play if you like isometric hack-and-slash titles. Lucius. You will play as a boy who was born on a date with a lot of success. Of course, because your name is Lucius, a derivative from Lucifer, and, you know, surprise, surprise, it turns out that you are some kind of a devil's child.
What?
The fun part of this game is that you have supernatural powers, some telekinesis, some mind control, and some regular scheming. Killing anyone that moves while being cute and little is cool and not creepy at all, right? So in each level you will solve adventure game style puzzles in order to murder someone. So exciting. There are 3 parts of a game, well 4 if you include Lucius demake, so in case of loving the game, your free time is covered quite well. And as one review on Steam said, this game is a perfect little gift for your Christian friends. Injustice 2 Legendary Edition. So this is basically the same as Mortal Kombat, just with different characters and no gore. You can't pull out the backbone through the mouth of your adversary, and if you want to do that, you are looking at the wrong game. So you can actually play this one with your 5-year-old niece and be embarrassed when she tears another asshole in your body with her awesome fighting skills. Nah, I'm kidding, kids are not good at games, and because it's forbidden to beat them in real life, you can at least do that in this game. Don't hold back, show them who's the boss. So in this version you will get 10 additional characters, including Teenage Mutant Ninja Snakes, or lizards, can't remember. Anyway, here you can become Batman as well, and beat everyone. On easy difficulty, you got this. Disco Elysium. This is one of the greatest role-playing experiences you will ever have, but play it only if you like reading a lot and like games without combat. You will not find any here. Well, I mean combat that is not a result of your dialogue choices. Your character will do things automatically based on the decisions you make, and those decisions of yours are not always very smart, and Disco Elysium just lets you do stupid things, which is kinda scary because suddenly you may realize that you just wanted to test the waters, but instead you actually made the decision that will have grim consequences. And by grim, I mean really grim. On some of those occasions, the game just ends. You may see game over screen without even playing an hour. And the game is like,
I told you, but you pushed me hard, so the consequences are yours to swallow.
yeah, actually Disco Elysium has 3 different endings and 12 unique game overs. Those I talked about before. So always, and I mean always, think twice before doing something stupid. And then think twice while playing Disco Elysium as well. Because no matter how stupid the decision you want to make is, the game may let you do it. Jotun Valhalla Edition. This is a hand-drawn action exploration game set in Norse mythology. Here you play as Thora, a Viking warrior who died an inglorious death and must prove herself to the gods to enter Valhalla. Well, I can name at least 2 better Hallas I would want to enter instead. A Gamehala and, of course, Boobhala. Anyway, aside from the boss battles, the game revolves around exploration and puzzle solving, with a few enemies to fight. Although it isn't very surprising that puzzles often are solved by using axe swings to interact with objects. Very Viking-y. People on Steam are talking that this is a beautiful and deceptively difficult game, and the art and music lull you into a false sense of security and comfort, and then jumps on you with a full force. This is a really nice game, especially for this price.
Legend of Grimrock 2.
This title is perfect for those who like pineapple and potato salad and well-done steaks. Oh, wait a minute, it's a mistake, that is an absolutely different game and it shouldn't exist. This game is perfect for dungeon crawling fans because Legend of Grimrock 2 is one of the best there is. It has a modern execution but an old-school heart. Sadly, only the second part is verified on Steam Deck, and the first one is completely unsupported. That is kinda weird. So here a group of prisoners have been shipwrecked on the secluded isle of Nex. The island is filled with ancient crumbled ruins, mysterious shrines and vast underground network of dungeons and mines, so they want to escape and forget the vile crimes they may or may not have committed. They probably put pineapple in the potato salad and cooked steaks until they were well done.
If that is so, just leave them to die, they are not worthy.
Yeah, words of wisdom. Okay, I'm kidding, you are a generous god and you must help everyone in need.
Yeah, except for those infidels.
So, if the prisoners wish to make it out alive, they have to overcome all the challenges, form a team and descend through the ominous mountain. Although be warned that this game has one very annoying feature. You will be searching for hidden buttons all the time, and that is not fun at all. The Red Strings Club. This is an indie cyberpunk narrative game about fate and happiness. Here you'll spend a significant amount of time bartending and impersonating people on the phone to take down a corporate conspiracy. Here one mighty altruistic corporation is on the verge of releasing a system that will eliminate depression, anger and fear from society. However, not everyone is happy about it. You think that all these actions are just mere brainwashing, and if you want to have depression and be angry about it, nobody will take it away from you. So here you will uncover a mysterious corporate program that promises a blissful existence while debating what happiness means and where are the limits of tampering with it. People on Steam are saying that this game makes you think about things. If you are not used to thinking, it may hurt a bit, but you will be alright, I promise. The game also has beautiful retro graphics and engaging characters, although some mechanics are weird and unusual. The game will take about 4 hours out of your boring life, and for this price, it's quite okay, I guess. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. This is a really original and truly amazing game where you play as an ape. Yeah, your journey starts 10 million years ago, and by then we still shared our ancestors with gorillas and chimpanzees. Our last common ancestor with the apes, chimpanzees to be exact, is known to be roughly about 5 million years old. So you start as an ape and over the years evolve into an early human. The whole game spans from 10 million to 2 million years ago. Your task is for you and your tribe not to die and not to choose the path of extinction. The future of humanity is in your hands, like literally. As developers say, evolution was not written in stone. Your decisions will shape how you will overcome obstacles, increase your species, and what knowledge you will pass on to future generations. You can focus on specific attributes or choose a more balanced approach to survival. Your clan's ability to survive will be directly impacted by your decisions and choices, making each player's experience a unique one. It's a wonderful game reminding us that we are just starting to go on our evolutionary path as human species. 2 million years is nothing. Dinosaurs existed for 165 million years before they all died out. Except the birds, of course, add another 65 million years to that big number. That is a huge difference. Not as huge as your mama though. Amnesia Rebirth. I admit that I am a
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy!
and I have never played the game. I watched Markiplier playing it and it was quite a fun experience. It has all the creepy vibes previous Amnesia games had, but it is a bit less scary. I was expecting, you know, the level of horror we all felt in the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but Rebirth is only about 30% of that. The good thing is that if you are like me, you can probably play the game without having a heart attack. But the bad thing, at least for me, was that this time you are a pregnant woman. That sounds kinda sexistic, but let me explain, it's actually not. I just can't immerse myself in the role of a pregnant woman. I lack empathy, and if you are a man, there is a big chance that you can't do that as well. You know, I don't care about her baby, so that creepiness level is way lower for men who are playing the game and probably way higher for female players, especially pregnant ones, although I really doubt that they are the target audience though, as someone in the comments said that Rebirth is the true definition of
not great or terrible.
Despite that, it is a really beautiful game with a great story, environments and some spooky stuff in general, and this price is just about right to get your filthy fingers on it.
And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.